Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a pumpkin spice makeup tutorial on this look that I have on right now. I really love it. Every year I do a pumpkin spice themed makeup tutorial, and this is how this one turned out. This one was extra fun because Makeup Geek actually came out with a pumpkin spice palette this year, so I was so excited to create this. I actually did this eye look in an Instagram post about a month ago now, and so I recreated the eye look. I made it a little bit darker instead of more like bright and orange, and in this look here I have more of a brighter lip. I will post that down below because I do really love the way that this one turned out today. It's very like, I don't know, just a little bit more fall, so I'm into it. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell is selected. That way you know when I upload more tutorials, and let's get started with this one. The first color I'm going to use is Buffed. It's this like neutral tan shade here, and I'm going to use my Smith 232 brush and bring this here into my crease just to buff all over, give a nice base. I love these shades. I feel like they're so underrated, but they're so necessary. And then I'm going to go into Dreamsicle. It's this really pretty color that I swear matches my shirt like pretty much perfectly. I'm going to use the same brush and bring this a little bit closer to the crease and not so broad. This is a very beautiful kind of like pinky color, but it has that hint of orange in it as well. So I'm just kind of buffing it all over. And then I'm going to orange this up a little bit by taking Early Bird, which is this shade up here. It's such a beautiful bright orange, and I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, it looks a little scary, but it's a great shade to use when you're doing warm eyeshadow looks because it kind of just peeks through the other shades and you can't really tell that it's such a bright color. But look at that, it already kind of like made this look a little bit more orangey. It's such a pretty color. Ooh, I need to do my eyebrows so bad. So then I think I went into Cocoa Bear, which is this bottom center shade here, and I'm going to use an Anastasia number 18 pencil brush. And I'm going to use this to start gradually deepening up this look. I'm doing the outer corner, and I'm also doing the inner corner of my eye to create that sort of spotlight halo look. I'm going to grab a Sigma Pinpoint Concealer brush and use this with the Cherry Cola shade here. I'm going to deepen up this look right over top of the Cocoa Bear, or just kind of like, you'll see, like just a little bit more precisely, and also bring this into the crease too, just to sharpen that area up. And pinpointing it right where I want this crease to be, just like that. A nice little sharp rainbow. Going back in with my pencil brush with whatever's left on it, and I'm kind of buffing it out. And then I'm going to go back into Dreamsicle and use that to blend this out a little bit more and kind of brighten it up a little bit. Still using the pencil brush. And then I'm adding in some Early Bird, and I'm using a 230 brush from Smith, which is a little bit more precise and helps to blend this out a little bit more. I'm now going to go into the color Jack-O-Lantern, which is this bright orange neon shade down here. It really is super bright in person. And I'm using a 235 brush from Smith, and I'm going to put that right into the crease where all of those shades kind of meet together. And I really want to kind of like brighten up this area, make it very orange, very fun, very pumpkin-y. So now I'm going to grab some concealer. This is the MAC Studio Fix Concealer in the shade NW20. I'm going to put some on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to pick that up with my concealer brush and then cut out the lid right where that line meets the eyelid. Before that really dries, I'm going to grab my MAC 242 brush, and I'm going to pick up the middle shade, which is called Untamed. This is like a bright chartreuse yellow. It's really pretty. I'm going to pick that up on this brush, and I'm going to spray it with some regular Fix Plus from MAC. I'm going to push this all over the center of the eyelid, and I'm actually going to keep it blank right up at the crease. Usually we'd put that color here, but I did something a little bit different when I did this look the first time, and I really like how it turned out. So I'm going to leave that blank right there. And then on the inner and outer lid area, I'm going to go into Curtain Call, which is the shimmery red shade, and I'm going to put this on the inner and the outer part of the eyelid, and then kind of like fade it into that other color. So this goes right out here and in here. And just kind of go back and forth between the Untamed shade and the Curtain Call shade just to give it a nice seamless blend in between the two colors. And then right there where the harshness is, what I did is I went in with Shimma Shimma from Makeup Geek. It's a really shimmery, like champagne-y white highlight. And I'm gonna use a very small little baby brush. This is the LO4 from Sigma, and put it right there on the lid where it meets the darkest part. And then I just took that and kind of feathered it down the center. I'm also going to use that Shimma Shimma shade, Shimma Shimma shade, right up here on the high point of my brow and just really highlight that area. I'll probably use it too to highlight my inner corners, but I need to do my face makeup first. And then when I come back to do the under eye area, I'll highlight with that there. So now I'm applying these lashes. They're from Velour Lashes. I know that. I just don't remember the style exactly, but I will link them down below along with every other product that I use in this video. So I really liked the way that my face looked with this foundation. This is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, and I think I was in the shade Ivory. I'm not going to be priming my skin today because I'm literally filming this video and then taking off my makeup. So I'm just gonna go straight away with this onto my face without priming it. And then I'm gonna be blending this in with my Beauty Blender sponge. By the way, the day that I filmed my last video, which was my chatty date night get ready with me video, my foundation for the rest of the night, which wasn't really that long, but for the rest of the night, it looked so good, so flawless. So I don't know how much of it was because of this foundation or if it was because of the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which I think it was from the translucent powder, because I did my makeup again another day and used a different foundation and set it with that translucent powder, and it lasted and looked more flawless for a longer period of time. So I'm going to keep doing that whole technique of setting my face with the powder, just the old school way of swirling it in the cap and then buffing it on the skin instead of like baking and stuff like that. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of baking, but yeah, I'm really excited about that. So stay tuned. I'm going to keep doing it a few more times and see how I like it, and then I'll let you know how I feel. But it'll be probably about, by the time you get the feedback, it'll probably be like a month, to be honest, just because I have some Halloween videos to film and some other ones and stuff. So but I will tell you as soon as I kind of like come up with my conclusion on that. All right, under my eyes, I'm going to be mixing the Tarte Shape Tape with the MAC Studio Fix Concealer. The MAC Studio Fix is just a little bit too light for me, so the color that I have in the Tarte Shape Tape, which is light neutral, will kind of help to make it not so bright white under there. Okay, under my eyes, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever H104 powder right here and a Sigma F35, and I'm just going to set this in place so that it stays, doesn't crease, all that jazz. Get my T-zone real good. And then all over my face, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to use my Hourglass double-ended brush. Just swirling here in the cap, tapping it off, and then kind of just pushing it, blending it in on my skin. This also gives a really nice like soft focus finish and feels really soft to the touch. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Tan Bronzer. This is a very beautiful, kind of like, I don't know, it gives that sort of like baked bronzer appearance that like the Hourglass one gives, and I really love that look. So I'm going to use my Tom Ford bronzer brush and bronze up my skin with this. And then to contour, I'm going to go back into my Makeup Forever little trio and take the shade S116 and contour. I'm using the NARS Ita brush. Whoa, what did I just do? Okay, come on, blend you out. For highlighter, I'm going to use this one from MAC. This is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. This is freaking gorgeous. This is like my new favorite highlighter. I've used it 3 times already. Really quick while I apply it, I'm using the F35 from Sigma. They have other shades. This one here specifically is perfect if you are pretty fair skinned, but if you are deeper in skin tone or even tanner, or you want like a different shade, they've got so many different shades, and I think that the finish is just so pretty. It's extra beaming, highlighty, but yet you can also make it look natural at the same time. It's just so pretty, and I want to get more colors because this one here is definitely more of that vanilla ice kind of look, you know, like just very light, you know. It's just so friggin' pretty. Before I forget, I'm going to actually pop this here in the inner corner. And then for blush, I grabbed my Becca Tiger Lily blush, which I thought would be perfect for this. It's like a fire orangey coral. I think it's so pretty. So I'm going to apply that on my cheeks with my Tom Ford blush brush. Gotta really tap off the excess. And I'm very, very lightly kind of feathering this on because this brush specifically will apply a lot of product, and then these blushes are super, super pigmented, so you got to be careful when you pair the two together because you can end up with like crazy blushed cheeks on accident. Moving back to the under eye area, I'm going to head back into my Makeup Geek Pumpkin Spice palette, and I'm going to go into the Early Bird shade and just use it on the big 232 fluffy brush from Smith and just bring that right underneath the eye. I'm looking up so I don't irritate my eyes, and I'm connecting it out here to where we have these outer shades on the upper lid. I get a lot of questions on how to blow out the bottom lash line without making it look crazy. I feel like it doesn't look crazy. I don't know, like I've never seen it look horrible on someone if they just really, really, really blend it out. So start with your lighter shades and big fluffy brushes, blend it out, and if it ends up too much, you can always go in with like a light powder to fix it, or even back in with your concealer if it's like really overdone and you're like, I don't know. But trust me, like go in with like your lightest shade on your fluffiest brush and just work it. Now you don't want to stop right now because now it looks like uneven. You really want to stay under there and blend this area out and do circle motions, go back and forth, like connect it over here, just really go. And then once you feel like you've got a lot of the product off your brush, then you can even go lower. I'm almost like into my highlight area here and really blend. Now over here it might look like a little sickly. If that happens, go in with your powder brush and just kind of go under, fix it, lighten it back up, and you'll be good to go. Now I'm going to go back into a little bit smaller of a fluffy brush. This is the 230 from Sigma, and I'm going to grab Dreamsicle and Jack-O-Lantern. I'm going to mix these two together and bring that under there, but I'm not going to bring it down as far as I did the Early Bird shade just because that one's lighter, and these are going to be a little bit darker, and I don't want the dark to go too far. So I'm going to keep this a little bit closer to the lashes while also still blending and connecting it out here. It's just not going down as far. So blending, keeping it close to the lashes, and then you can go back in with that brush, the first one with whatever's left on it, and go over and help blend that out even more. Then you want to go with a very small brush. I'm using my E15 from Sigma. It's a really, really flat brush. And I'm going to go into my darkest shade, which was the Cherry Cola shade. And I'm going to wiggle this right at the lashes and pretty much just make a line. I'm not going to bring this down anywhere. I'm just literally making a line. And now I'm using my Makeup Forever 216 brush. It's kind of like a stiff brush that's more of that like rounded shape. And I'm going to mix together. Let's mix Cocoa Bear with Early Bird, these two shades. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can mix these two together. You could do this by itself. You could do this. It doesn't really matter. I'm just kind of playing around. So I'm going to mix those two together and go right on top of where that line is. I'm not going underneath. I'm going over it. And I'm going over the line, and that will help blend it out and diffuse the color. If I go down, that's when you can bring this down too far. So I'm just literally going over top of it. So I think I used Nude in the Waterline. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to use the Rimmel Nude Scandalize Liner, and this will really open up the eyes. And if you do a blown out lower lash line like I did, and even if you do it with like different colors that are more like black or brown or whatever, this will help to brighten up the area if you feel like it's too dark. I'm just applying some mascara here on the bottom. This will not only balance out the top ones, but it's going to also help to accent that nude liner in on the waterline and create a nice contrast. It will help that pop even more. Draw more attention down there so that your eye is bouncing up and down, and make it so that your eye looks bigger and rounder, which is my personal favorite eye shape on myself. I like my eyes to look more round and blown out rather than like elongated and almond shaped. But even if you like that almond shape, you can still do a lot of lower lash mascara and make it look really, really pretty. Okay, so for the lips, I was actually going to save this lip color for a different video, but I might even use it in both. We'll see. The lipstick that I'm going to focus this around is the Aftermath lipstick from Dose of Colors from the Desi X Katie collection. It is so pretty. In my look where I did this, I used a bright orange, and I will link that bright orange color down below, but I really want to make this a little bit more wearable. So I'm first going to go into the Spice lip pencil from MAC, and I'm just filling them in and overlining them, and then I'm going to go over top of that with the Aftermath lipstick. That just made it so that this is like my new favorite look. I love this lipstick. I'm totally going to wear it again and totally going to use it again for a tutorial. I'm obsessed with this. I feel like this just totally took this look to a different place, and I'm here for it. I love this. So that's it. This is the finished look. I'm so happy with it, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know what your favorite products are for fall. I'm just really loving all of these fall makeup looks. And I'm thinking, I don't know, like, what do you guys want to see next? I think I want to do a cranberry look pretty soon, but I'm also going to be doing some Halloween stuff as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you very soon.